ranking my top corned beef sandwiches of Detroit, Michigan. Coming in at number 5, the Motown Deli. And I already know I'm getting a lot of heat from this. I already know it, but guess what? I'm okay with that. Do they give you a lot of meat? Yes. Do they toast the bread? Yes. But the rye bread is way too thin. So thin that it was soggy as The beef flavor, it was alright. Not as near as good as the others, but it was okay. Also, they didn't give me enough Russian dressing nor sauerkraut. And that kind of pissed me off a little bit. It really did. I mean, I felt like they completely bullshitted me on the amount of sauerkraut and Russian dressing I should have in the sandwich. Every spot I went to, I asked for a classic corned beef sandwich. Every restaurant should know what that is, off the top. So if you guys are wondering what I'm judging off of, I'm judging off a classic corned beef sandwich. Anyway, this place just wasn't for me, and if you're in Detroit, Michigan, check this place out. Coming in at number 4, the bread basket. Now with this particular one, the meat to bun ratio was perfect, right? Even though the bread wasn't toasted, the ratio was like that. You also had cheese on the top and the bottom, which lets me know you care. You really wanted me to taste that cheese, man. And I appreciate that. The beef flavor, amazing. This particular sandwich probably had the best beef flavor out of all the sandwiches I had during this review. But it didn't have Russian dressing, and it didn't have sauerkraut. I feel like if it had that sauerkraut and that Russian dressing, it would have been higher on the list, but didn't. But it's still pretty good. So if you're ever in Detroit, check this spot out. Coming in at number 3, Rob's Deli. So for the price, they give you a lot. I mean, a lot of meat. They give you a pretty good amount of cheese too. Did they toast the bread? Nope. But they didn't give me sauerkraut. But the Russian dressing on this sandwich right here, oh my God. This really turned me on. I ain't never in my life had Russian dressing taste like this before. And that reminds me, it was a lady in line that bought like a whole tub of it. I'll see why. It's simply amazing. If the bread was toasted and this sandwich had sauerkraut, it would have literally been a tie between number 3 and number 2. And it's crazy because I really wanted to put Rob in number 2, but I just couldn't do that. It wouldn't be right. But if you guys are ever in Detroit and you want some of the best Russian dressing in Detroit on a corned beef sandwich, oh my God, check this place out. Now these last 2, let me just warn you, it was hard. These last 2 are the best corned beefs in Detroit, and there's no question, no argument. This was hard. So before y'all kill me in the comments, just know I lost a little bit of sleep over this. Coming in at number 2, Mr. Corned Beef. This place basically did everything right. The rye bread, toasted. They gave me a lot of corned beef, a good amount of sauerkraut. They could have gave me a little bit more Russian dressing, but honestly, I kind of forgot about it because the sandwich overall itself was so good. This sandwich was probably the sexiest corned beef sandwich out of all the sandwiches that I had. I mean, they piled this thing high with thin sliced meat. I'm just saying, thinking about it, I should have most definitely brought some back to the crib. Damn. If number 1 wasn't in the picture, Mr. Corned Beef would have easily wiped out the other corned beef sandwiches. I would take a flight from North Carolina to Mr. Corned Beef in Detroit just to get a corned beef sandwich. That's how good them sandwiches are, man. But unfortunately, someone has to take the number 2 spot, and it was Mr. Corned Beef. But if you are ever in Detroit, Michigan, I need for you to pull up and check this place out. And if you're wondering what location I went to, I think it was the one off of Jefferson Ave. I think. Coming in at number 1 is Louie's Deli. And yes, I went to the one off of 6 Mile. This sandwich was crazy, and it most definitely lived up to the hype. No question. So the bread is not toasted, right? Let's just get that out the way. But they give you a lot of meat, and they separate it with sauerkraut. So it's almost like you're eating a triple decker corned beef sandwich. Damn! They had a good amount of everything else. Sauerkraut, cheese. The beefy taste wasn't too overpowering, but that was a good thing in my opinion, because it gave me a chance to enjoy everything else that came on the sandwich. If the bread was toasted, like Mr. Corned Beef's bread was toasted, goodness gracious, I'd fly anywhere across the world to get this corned beef sandwich. I ain't lying to you. I mean, I'll still fly across the world to get it now, but I'm just saying it would have been a whew. I would have loaded up. You guys were most definitely right when it comes to Louie's Deli. Definitely live up to the hype. So if you're ever in Detroit, Michigan, you look for a corned beef sandwich. The best corned beef sandwich, check this place out. I love y'all, Detroit. Thanks so much for watching.